Okay, so let's try the next coding exercise. So open the leetcode.com and go to the problems tab and the search question number 228. So 228. So we have the question summary ranges and it's the easy category. So click on it. So let's read the question. So you are given a sorted unique integer array nums. So we have some arrays given, right? So if you see the function, some array is given, and this is the sorted array, right? And the unique integer. Okay, a range AB is the set of all integer from A to B. So range is like A to B. Return the smallest sorted list of ranges that cover all the numbers in the array exactly. That is, each element of nums is covered by exactly one of the ranges and there is no integer x. That x is one of the range but not in nums. Like if you read this question now, you might get confused. Like what is actually it is being asked. Maybe you need to read 3 4 times. So like if in such scenarios now better just look at the example. So how like the example like what exactly we need to do. So if you see we have the nums array 0 1 2 3 4 5 7 and you could see how's the output is like okay 0 1 2. So if the numbers are continuous then we say 0 to 2, then 3 is missing, then 4 5. So when the numbers are continuous then we say 4 to 5, then 6 is missing, which is okay, then 7. So after that there is nothing, so 7 is the individual number. Now look at back. Now look, read at the question, like statement question again. Return the smallest sorted array. So like this length is like big, this length is small. So this is the smallest, and this is also sorted array that cover all the numbers in the array exactly. So it is covering all the numbers. That is each element of number is covered by exactly one, and we need to give the range and how the range look like A to B. So we need to give A to B when A is not equal to B, and only A when A is equal to B. So 7 when is equal to only 7. All right. So we need to return. So how we are going to do this question? So let's read the second example. So 0, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 0, okay, there is no one. So 0 is the individual element. So we need to like figure it out till when the continuation series is occur. So then 2, then we have 3, then 4. So starting point is 2, end point is 4, because after that there should be 5 we are expecting, but we have 6. So we are going to like end this loop. So 2 to 4, 2 to 4, then 6. Then we are expecting 7, but there is no 7. Then okay, only 6. Then 8. Then we are expecting 9. So we have 9. So 8 to 9. So we are returning this element. So if you closely look at the output array, so what exactly we did? We need to find some start range. All right, and then we need to put this arrow symbol, then we need to give at the end range. So we need to find the start range, then we need to find the end range, like the continuation end range, right? Along with that, if you noticed, so here 0 is the integer, here like here 0 is the integer, and we need to return as a string. So we need to do the string of like some integer, some whatever the element, whatever the start element or whatever the end element. All right, so we need to like do in this way. So how we are going to approach this question solution? So let's look at the whiteboard. So let's figure it out, this example. Okay, so let's look at this example. First example. So we have this array is equal 0 1 2 3 4 6 8 9, and we know we need the start range, we know the end range. As soon as we get the start and the end range, we are going to insert in our output array. All right, so we need one our output array, which is perfectly fine. So if we need our output array because we need to return our output array, so let's take the output array. Okay, we have the output array, which is fine. And the length of nums can be 0. If there is no element in the array, then we can return the empty array. So let's calculate that. So n is equal to length of nums. And if n is equal to 0, then we are going to return empty array. Okay, so we have covered the border condition as well. Okay, now if there are some elements, like this is the condition when there is no element, if there are some element, then what we have to do, we have to like take the start element, and then we need to find the end element. All right, so what we have to do, we have to take the start element and we have to find the end element. So one approach is like we can start the loop from zero, or one approach is like just whatever the first element in the array you can put into the start, you can put into the end. So as an example, let's suppose you are going to put the first element, start is 0, end is 0. So start is 0, end is 0. All right, so start is 0, so end is 0. We are assuming start is 0 and end is 0. Now we are going to run a loop from 1 to 9. Now we are going to run the loop from 1 to 9. Okay, so start is 0. So after that we are going to run it. So as soon as we found 1, but we have to check whether this is the continuation or not. So we will do if nums of I, so this element is equal to the last element plus 1. So end plus 1 is equal to 1. If it is equal, then the, like, okay, initially start is this and end is this. All right, now we know the start, we need to find the new end, we need to find the new end. So we are like starting from here, then we are checking is 1 is equal to last element plus 1, like whatever the end plus 1 1, yes, which is fine. So new end is this, new end is this. So we are going to update our end, so we are going to update our end. Let me update. So our end is sorry, so our end is 1 now. Now we are on the 2. So whether 2 is equal to end plus 1, and is 1, 1 plus 1 2, yes, it is there, it is that. Now we have to update our new end, so our new end is 2. Now we will proceed to next index 3. So is 3 is equal to 2 plus 1, that is the last end plus 1, yes. So our new end is 3, because we need to find the continuation range. Now we are on the fourth. Now we are on the fourth, right? So 3 plus 1 is equal to 4, which is perfectly fine. So we our new end is 4, which is perfectly okay. Now we are on the sixth. Now we are on the sixth. Is 6 is equal to 4 plus 1? 5. No. So 6 is not equal to 4 plus 1. So we found our start range and we found our end range. We found our end range. So now this is not warrant. So now we have the start range, now we have the end range. What we have to do, we have to just insert in our output array. So what we will do is we are going to insert in our output array. So 0 and this and then 4. We are going to insert in our output array and then comma. Fine. Good data. So when we are on the sixth element, we already on the sixth element. All right, and we have not stored this sixth element anywhere, because when we are on the sixth element, only at that time we are going to know our like loops going to end. Now if we are going to start again, then our index is on the eighth element, but we missed the sixth element, we have not stored the sixth element. So as soon as we found the end element, we are going to update our start. We are going to update our start and the end. So now our start and the end is 6. So our start and the end is 6. Okay. Now we are going to run. Now it's 8th. So we found the 8. So is 8 is equal to 6 plus 1? No. So our loop is going to end. Now we are going to insert. But this time we know, okay, if we insert the normal way, we are going to insert like this. 6 like this. So let me extend this. So by using our logic, we are going to insert this way. But we have to put some logic. When the start and the end is equal to equal, then we don't need to put the arrow. We have to just put the single element. We have to put the single element. Right? And we were on the eighth index. So we have to update our index as well. So start is 8 and end is 8. End is 8. Okay. Then the loop is again started. Now we are on the ninth element. Is end is equal to if next element is equal to end plus 1, yes. So our start is 8 and end is equal to 9. And is equal to 9. All right. So now we are going to insert in our array. So 8 and then arrow and then 9. All right. So we have to design our logic in such a way. So let's try to write the solution, and we will modify the solution accordingly if we need something else, maybe some more logic or some any argument or some any variable which we required. Okay, so how the logic will start? So whatever the first element, we are going to store in start and the end, then we are going to run the loop from here to here. Okay, so let's try that. So start is equal to end is equal to nums of 0, because we already found if the number length is equal to like 0, then we have dots. It means uh, then we are going to just return. Otherwise, at least there is a one element, so we have to put that element. uh, all right, so we have put that element. Okay, now we have put that element. Now we have to run a loop for uh, I in range of 1 to n. We have to start from the first index. We have to start from the first index. Now, what we have to do? If nums of I means this element is equal to and plus 1. If is equal to and plus 1, earlier start is this and end is this. And is also this. If 1 is equal to and plus 1, 0 plus 1, 1, then our new end is equal to nums of I. All right. Our new end is equal to nums and nums of I. So the loop is going to run continuously. So loop is going to run. So let me write one thing, 1 minute. So our start is this. All right. So our start is this, and initially our end is also this. Our end is also this. Let me put as a green, and let me put as a green. Right. So our start and end is this. Now we are running a loop. So our end is this because it is a continuation. Then loop will run again. Now again we are going to find now our end is this. Then loop is going to run again. Then again we are going to find our end is this. Then we are going to run the loop again. Now our end is this. Now we are going to run the loop again. Right. So we are on the this index. We are on the ith index, because on the ith index we are checking. We found we found it is not matching. It is not matching means like 4 plus 1 is not equal to 6. So if it did not match, then we are going to the else condition. If it did not match, what we have to do? We have to insert the ranges in our output array. So what we have to do is output dot append. We have to do the string of start, then plus, then we have to put some arrow, then plus, then string of end. We have put that, which is perfectly fine. But we are on the sixth index. But we are on the sixth index. We have to make it start and the end. So now our start is this as well. So 1 minute, and end is this as well. Right. So as soon as we found, so we will update start is equal to end is equal to nums of I. Because why we are doing this? Because when we run the loop now, because when we own the sixth element, at that time we are checking like whether it's equal to 4 plus 1. But when we are going to run the loop again, the next pointer is already on the eighth, so we have to store at least this. So now starting point is this, so start is this and is this. So now we are checking if 8 is equal to 6 plus 1, no. So our loop is going to end, so it is in the else condition. Now we have to insert start and end. So if we are going to insert start plus end, then we are going to like this 6 uh, like uh, this symbol and then again 6, but we don't want. So here we have to put some condition. If start is equal to end, if start is equal to end, now like in this case start and end are equal. If start is equal to end, then we are going to append only uh, string of either end or either start, any element. Otherwise, if they are not equal, then we are going to put this. Then we are going to put this. Okay, so that's it. And at the end, we are going to return the output. We are going to return, sorry, we are going to return, but there is a like a small like more thing we need to write it, because if you because using this method, we say okay, our solution is now done, because we are on the 8. So uh, uh, so when we are on the 6th, when we are on the 8, we found it is not equal to, it is not equal, and 1 second, and we put our start index and the end index on 8th, our start index and the end index on 8, because here, all right, so we put here. So now we run the loop, so I use the 9th, then we are checking, okay, then we are putting and this end index is 8. All right, so and index is 8. Then we are again going. Then we are again going outside. So now we found loop is finished. So if loop is finished, the last element we have not inserted. The last element we have not, where we have inserted the last element, because we are going to insert when the condition is going to fail. But here the condition is not failing, but the loop is ended. Here the condition is not failing, loop is ended. So, but we have not inserted this thing. So if you run it, if you run it, let me show you. If you run it, you see we are getting 0 to 2, 4 to 5. But what about the last element? We know the start is this, end is this, but we have not inserted, because the condition did not fail. Because condition did not fail, the loop is ended. If the loop, and we are inserting our element inside the loop. So before returning, we have to check if start is equal to end, then insert again output dot append a string of end, else the same thing, like whatever the basic the last element, and then we have to return. So now, our sample case has been accepted. So let's try to submit it. So our solution has been accepted and it's working fine for all the test cases. So it's like the easy question only. Like once you are going to read this problem statement, you might get confused. So in such scenario, always go through the example. By looking at the examples, the given, generally they give like 2 to 3 examples. By looking at the example, we are going to at least have basic idea what exactly the problem is being asked. So if you look at this problem statement, so our uh, our start is at 0, our end is at 0, right? Then we start from like 2. So is 2 is equal to 0 plus 1? No. Then our going to finish, so we are inserting only 0, and our new start and new end is this, right? Then new end is this, then new end is this. Then the condition fail, then we are inserting 2 to 4. Then our start and end is this. Then a condition fail, then we are going to insert this. Then our start and end is this. Then our new end is this. Then 8 to 9. So at the end of the loop. So we have to insert like this. So it's the easy question only. Like you have to just understand how you are going to approach the problem by using some pseudo code, and then writing the code is like the easy task. Easy task. We have just do nothing. Running a loop. We are checking whether the next element is equal to that, and we are increasing our element. Okay, what is our new end? Because we know we need the start element, we need the end element. So we are finding whatever the new end. As soon as we find our new end, then we are going to append it. That's it. So that's it. That's the end of the video. Thank you.